Hi, welcome to Buffzone. My name is Kyle Ringo. This is Ryan Thorburn. We cover the University of Colorado Athletic Department for the Daily Camera newspaper. Ryan, we're coming to the end of the football season. Somehow there still are 3 games left. It's been a long season. The Buffs have a 7-game losing streak going. Arizona Wildcats at Folsom Field this weekend, and really there is only one question remaining for this team, in my mind at least, and that is, will the Buffs win another game this year?
I think they have a good chance to win this Saturday, and I think that's the only game they can win. I think UCLA, I watched them play Arizona State last week. They really seem to be coming on. They have good talent. Rick Neuheisel's trying to get off that hot seat and into a decent bowl game. And they looked really good the other night, and that game is in Los Angeles. Utah is hit and miss, but they're coming along. Their backup quarterback's starting to come on. They won at Arizona, as it turns out, by double digits. I think they want to establish a good rivalry and a good start against CU. I think that'll be tough. Anything's possible in that matchup, but I think this is the chance to get a win. I think Arizona doesn't have as much to play for as CU as far as this is senior day. It's CU's last home game. They're trying to avoid becoming one of the rare teams to not win a home game at CU. So I think it plays into CU's hands pretty nicely for the first time in a long time.
I would agree. This week is definitely the best opportunity. I mean, let's face it, why would you pick the Buffs to win a road game at this point? It hasn't happened in more than 4 years, and they haven't been very competitive on the road recently. And, in regards to that Utah game, Utah has now suddenly won 2 Pac-12 games in a row. Mm-hmm. So you definitely wouldn't be picking the Buffs to go into Utah and win that game at the end of the year for sure. So another aspect of this game this weekend against the Wildcats at Folsom Field that is that works in the Buffs' favor is that Arizona's defense has had a lot of the same problems the CU defense has had, particularly defending the pass. The Wildcats rank 112th in the nation defending the pass, which actually is worse than the Buffs, if you can believe it. The Buffs gave up 6 touchdown passes last week, and the defense that's coming here this week for Arizona has actually done worse than the Buffs. So it's a big opportunity in my mind for Tyler Hansen to finish with a bang as far as his final game as quarterback for the Buffs in Folsom Field. And, same goes for Tony Clemens, Ryan Dehan, and Rodney Stewart. And then obviously you throw in Paul Richardson, who's a great playmaker at wide receiver, as a sophomore, and he'll have many more chances. But I definitely would have to agree that this is, without a doubt, the best opportunity in the final 3 games there.
Well, I don't want to brag, but I think my predicted score the last 5 weeks has been pretty darn good. And I predict that this is just like the Cal and Washington State game. I mean, these are 2 of the worst teams in the Pac-12, but I think it's going to be an entertaining game, a relatively high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a fourth-quarter game, and I think the Buffs will be in position to win, as they were against Cal and Washington State. And the question is, can this group of seniors finish? Let's finish one game, guys. Can they do it? What do you think?
I think they can, and I think they will finally get themselves off the schneid, so to speak, and give themselves and CU fans a reason to feel good again. Break the 7-game losing streak and get some positive momentum to head out on the road for the final 2 weeks. I'm going to go with the Buffs winning a shootout, just like you said. I'll say 41-38.
I say the Buffs win 31-30. I think Goodwill Oliver gets it done this week, late. And the Buffs give us something to write about that's somewhat positive. And then you have a little momentum. If this senior class could win their final home game and stop the absurd road losing streak, that's something to build on, a couple bricks in the wall, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we'll come back. We'll be back here next week, and hopefully you'll come back, and we'll talk a little bit about reuniting with Rick Neuheisel and John Embry playing against his son, Taylor Embry, at UCLA next week.